Mountain View Adventures presents Northville Lake Placid Trail, Wakely Dam to Piseco. If you look closely between the two buildings, you will see my black SUV driving away. Hi everyone, Rain here. Today we started out on Cedar River Road at Wakely Dam. We are headed out on a 5 to 6 day backpacking trip of possibly the most beautiful section of the Northville Placid Trail. We are setting up camp here near Cedar River Flow Lean-To. This is our first night in the new tent, a Z-Pax triplex. I have only set this tent up once before in my backyard when I did an unboxing and setup video. It took me between 10 and 13 minutes each time. When we arrived at the lean-to, our intention was to sleep in it or set up nearby. There were 2 men canoe camping there already, and this wouldn't be a big deal normally, except they had set their tent up inside the lean-to, and it took up more than half the shelter. The rest of the shelter floor was filled with their gear, which included a big cooler. This is not good practice on their part. I'm not the kind of person to ask someone to move, and with Onyx, it's easier to set up a tent than to share a lean-to with strangers. We decided to keep moving and see what we could find. We ended up going just a bit further into the woods and found a beautiful spot where I was able to capture a beautiful sunset. Cedar Lakes is one of my many favorite spots. In 2017, my friend and I stayed at Cedar Lakes Lean-To number 1. On this trip, we were enjoying hiking and it was too early in the day to stop. Our goal was Cedar Lakes Lean-To number 2. When we arrived there were 3 gentlemen whom we leapfrogged a few times on our journey. We decided to keep going to a campsite farther down the trail, almost to where a trail spurs off to Cedar Lake's Lean-To number 3. Everyone I've ever spoken with says it's supposed to be beautiful. Day 3. We hiked to Spruce Lake Lean-To number 2 and had it all to ourselves.
Thought I was recording the whole time, and I didn't hit the button.
After crossing this bridge, I realized I hadn't been recording. I opted to just do a little clip of my hubby behind me and the 360-degree view. In my frustration, my recording got sloppy. On the way, we stopped for lunch at West Canada Lake Lean-To number 1. The water is down the hill a ways from the lean-to. We brought our water bottles and filter down to the water and filled the kettle for dinner and our 3 out of 4 water bottles. Just as he was getting to the last pump on the 3rd water bottle, we heard air escape and the intense pressure of a clogged filter was no more. Our filter broke. We filled our 4th bottle with the filtered water from the kettle and then filled the kettle from the lake to boil for dinner. Normally, I filter my dinner water to conserve fuel and bring my water just to a slight boil. Now we will have to boil our water to make it safe to drink. We boiled 2 kettles full of water with the stove, one for dinner, a Wise Food Company Alfredo with chicken meal, and a cup of coffee for him and Carnation instant breakfast with hot chocolate for me. We then boiled a 2nd pot for coffee and cold hot chocolate for the morning. Day 4 was our longest day. Since we now didn't have a working water filter, we were low on fuel, and with the rain everything was wet, we decided to hike about 14 miles to the Oxbow Inn to catch our ride home. I was a bit sad to be getting off the trail early, but I sure was glad that we were headed home where I could get a hot shower, pizza, and wings. Thank you for watching. Please like, follow, and share.